Roblox Jailbreak Season 23 has just released, adding in a new safe and obviously the fall map as well because it's now October. As you guys can see here on the top of the screen, it now says Season 23 and I'm no longer level 12 like how I used to be, and the ground is all dead grass now. It is a little bit less colorful than usual unfortunately, but it still does look pretty cool. And then right here obviously we have the seasonal hype zone now decorated for Season 23, and honestly this looks a lot better in game. This right here is animated, I'm pretty sure, so that's pretty interesting. Over here on the menu we have all of these new rewards. Obviously we've already went over this in the past in previous videos, so I don't need to go over those again, but here's the vehicle in person. It looks a lot better here. I'm pretty sure these doors are also animated based on the gap in between the door and the actual body right here. And we also know for a fact that the headlights are also animated, so that will definitely be interesting to test when it eventually spawns back in and we unlock it later. But speaking of Season 23, if we get to 24,000 subs before I unlock this vehicle eventually in the next few weeks, I will be giving it out for free. So if you're interested in that and you want a free wedge vehicle, then make sure to subscribe and get us to 24,000 subs, so that way you guys could steal my OG copy. But yeah, with that out of the way here, let's go ahead and get into the actual update here, which is mainly just the fall map, the safe, and the season. So let's go ahead and start with the season here. We have an all new vehicle, the Manta, some rims, textures, and all of that cool stuff. Along with that, they also removed the Shell Classic and the radioactive rims, so you can no longer get those anymore in the legendary save. And if you live in Belgium, the Netherlands, the UK, or Australia, you will no longer be able to use safes. Unless you're over the age of 18, in which case you should still be able to use them. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into reviewing all of these new items here. First of all, we got the electronic texture here. Honestly, not really the best in the entire game, but it still does look pretty cool. It is now becoming nighttime, so I'll just go ahead and place my vehicle under here for the time being. Next up though, we have the boom and speaker rims, which honestly aren't really that popular from what I've heard. They're just kind of here with some cool effects. Honestly, I really like these. I might even use them on my main loadout. They do look pretty nice. But then we have the evil eye rims, and I can't really tell what this is from the lack of lighting here. Maybe if I make it like orange I could see it. Yeah, there it is. If you're using these rims, I'd probably tell you to color it something bright, like maybe a radiant color, because right now you can't really see them too good. Maybe radiant sun, that looks really nice. Radiant red also looks pretty nice. Maybe if we put on radiant red, yeah, that looks nice. But yeah, those are all of the rims in this new safe here. Let's go ahead and move on to the tires, which is the cheeseburger tires. I'm not really too sure who would use that. So yeah, right here, the cheeseburger tires. I'm not really too sure why it doesn't have a rim. Maybe it's because the cheeseburger just couldn't be separated or something, but yeah. But now for the next item, we'll need a vehicle with a spoiler, so this here should work just fine for that. But for our final new item, we have the skate wing, I'm pretty sure it's called. I'm not really too sure. Not gonna lie, the positioning on this vehicle is kind of lame. It looks like it was really rushed. It's kind of clipping into the vehicle, which looks really just weird. So yeah, I'm not really too sure who's going to use that, but it still does look pretty cool. So yeah, those are all of the new main safe items, all of the spoilers, the rims, the textures and stuff. But we are missing one thing, and that is the new vehicle, the Manta right here. It is pretty cool. First of all, if you get out of the vehicle, the top of it will lift up, as you guys can see here. It looks really nice. It also has a passenger seat here in the back if you're bringing along a passenger. And overall, the model does look pretty nice as well, except for the back here. I'm not really too sure what's going on here. I'm not a car guy, so I cannot tell what each of these parts are. But yeah, that is that. Overall, pretty cool vehicle. The stats are also absolutely amazing. So first of all here, the acceleration, absolutely amazing. That is really good stuff. The top speed is about 230 miles per hour from my experience. It's not the fastest vehicle in the entire game, but it is still pretty good for the amount of money you put into it. Obviously, some people are getting this for as little as $100,000, so it is a pretty good investment for those people. Personally, I spent about $5 million trying to get it, so it wasn't really that worth it for me, but honestly, it is still a pretty good vehicle nonetheless. The off-roading is pretty good, so you will be able to go over train tracks and stuff on very high suspension, not monster suspension, very high. It feels very nice when just driving extremely fast. You don't feel like you're going to flip over or something like that. It's very nice to control. And because of all of those factors, you'll easily be able to be chased or chase anyone with this vehicle, because as long as you're good at driving, you should be able to maintain a good top speed. Not to mention, but the tail lights also have a pretty cool effect on them when you drift and stuff, so that's another really cool addition. So yeah, probably my favorite part about this vehicle is the acceleration. It's really good for easily getting around, and that's probably one of the main things allowing it to be so good if you're trying to escape someone. So yeah, if you guys want me to do a Manta giveaway in the future, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. But now let's go ahead and get into more detail about the season, all of the rewards and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure the season is probably going to be some people's main focus in this update. So let's go ahead and spawn in the Brutally here and take a look at some of these items. So first of all, we have a new creator texture. This is unrelated to the season. I'm not really too sure how you get this though. Honestly, it's not really the best looking texture in the entire game. It looks really pixelated and low quality, so if you don't have it, then I wouldn't really complain too much. Apparently, it's also untradeable, so there's no need to worry about that for the time being. But then next up, we have our first texture, the Retro Wave texture at level 8. This here looks a lot better in game. I should probably use a different vehicle though, maybe something that has a better model like the Eclair. Retro Wave texture, yeah, there it is. Honestly, it looks a lot better in game than it did in the pictures. And I could see a lot of people using this when they finally unlock it. But then for our rims, we have a few as well. First of all, at level 3, we got the Shutter Shade rims. Me personally, I'm not really a big fan of these. They look kind of weird, and I'm not really too sure who would actually use them because they're basically just straight lines copy pasted. But hey, it's a level 3 reward, so I don't think it's meant to be anything too special. But then next up here at level 6, we have the cassette rims. These look a lot better. I already know a bunch of people that will be using these as soon as they get their hands on them, so that's pretty nice. But then right after that, we have the Retro Wave rims, which apparently got removed. Okay, never mind. These rims seem to have a weird glitch where if you look away and look back at them, they disappear for a few seconds, so that's really weird. It's probably because of this effect here where it's constantly switching out and moving, so that's probably got something to do with it because, yeah, now it's still there, and yeah, now it's gone. So yeah, really cool looking rim, but really weird bug. So now let's go ahead and move on to the spoilers. First of all, we have the Torero spoiler, which are really huge. That is definitely pretty interesting. But then after that, we have the guitar riff spoiler as well. Before this was released, I thought it would have some sort of music effect on it, and now it doesn't, and I'm kind of disappointed. Yeah, anyways, next up here we have a drift, and I completely lost where that is in this menu. They really need to redo it. There we go, I finally found it. It is the synth drift, I think is how you call it. This right here definitely looks pretty interesting. It looked a lot worse in the photo, but to be fair, that's probably just because of the green screen or something. And yeah, it looks a lot better in game. It starts out yellow, then it turns into a nice bright pink color. And it also looks pretty cool when you're driving extremely fast, which not a lot of drifts do. But now I just realized that I think I'm actually in a glitched server because for some reason there's a bunch of these airdrop briefcases all over the place. I'm pretty sure these are only available in Battle Royale, and yeah, for some reason it says their Battle Royale is starting. I didn't start a Battle Royale. What's going on? I can't even use them. Let me go ahead and actually start a Battle Royale for real this time. Game mode, Battle Royale. There we go. I spawn in normally, and I'm going to go ahead and make my alt account leave because I don't need them here. And yeah, now it's back to normal. That is really weird. Make sure to let me know if you guys run into that glitch as well, because that is pretty weird. But yeah, but those are all of the new features, additions, and items in the new Jailbreak update, along with the new Manta limited vehicle in the safe. I'm not really too sure if you'd actually call it limited though, but hey, I'm just gonna call it limited anyways because the game classifies it as a limited, and it just makes me feel a lot better about my $5 million purchase. Make sure to put your guys' thoughts on this new update down below in the comments. I think it's a pretty good update for waiting about 3 months now. It's not the best we've ever gotten, but it is still pretty good. And so yeah, with that, that's pretty much of this video. Hopefully you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.